Joining us, special show today. My name is Dougal, and of course, always in the hot seat on the left. There she is, Rhoda's here.
Welcome everybody, a very interesting show, Dougal. And you know what, I love theatre, I love drama, so you know what, you always see me at the Baxter, so this is one of my favorites today.
I like the way that you said you like drama, because you do give a little bit of drama. But be as it may, the Link Show, of course, bring you the best, and that is, of course, everything that happens around Northlink College. Now, firstly, as we all know, Northlink is certainly a leader within the industry, and more importantly, for you to make your choice when it comes to a tertiary institution. Trust me when we say this, there is absolutely no place better than Northlink. And usually we go around from campus to campus, as we have done, and we feature different and various departments. We get to meet the people and really give you a behind-the-scenes sort of take at what happens at Northlink. So basically, when it comes to making that decision as a tertiary institution, it doesn't become easier than what we give you. So you're really getting the meat on the bone, isn't it?
Totally. And I mean, we've basically highlighted a lot of these institutions where they have all these different things, like, you know, you've got your sports. I mean, we did sports at this Tygerburg campus as well, and now we're doing the drama. So there is so much to do, guys. So families, mothers, fathers out there, if you want to make a decision, you know what? Everybody, TV colleges, there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually the best choice, and Northlink is on top of that, guys. Northlink is the best place to be at.
Yeah, and it really is. And here's the beauty about the Link Show. Not only do we give you the ins and outs and everything that happens, but more importantly, it's an interactive show. So if you've got a question, you have got a comment, well, the details are right there at the bottom of your screen. Get stuck into it, ask what it is that you want to know. More importantly, it will get answered. And of course, you know, it's always just good to ask questions. So as Rhoda alluded to, we are definitely traveling. We're definitely at a campus today. I tell you what, we also got a bit of a studio audience, but we'll get to that because this is really a special broadcast. Now, we find ourselves today, Northlink Tygerberg campus, which is out in the Tygerburg.
In the Tygerburg.
The Tygerburg campus, that is where we are. And today we feature something. We featured many and various departments, but today, performing arts.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
Exciting.
Finally, Rhoda's moment is here. The moment is here, but more importantly, this is really brilliant. So this is really going to give you all the meat on the bone, and I like using that phrase today, but that is really going to give you all the ins and outs of everything that you need to know. So we're at the Tygerburg campus. That is where we find ourselves. Now, the first thing I've got to tell you is that just a couple of days from now, this very department that we will be talking today will be putting on a fabulous production at the Baxter Theatre in Rondebosch, right here in Cape Town, and it will run from the 15th through to the 18th of November. It is absolutely brilliant. And everything about this production just looks fantastic. We're going to find out more about this specific event. We'll give you the details in terms of costing for the tickets. Everything looks super affordable, so everybody's got to go. And more importantly, you've got to support them. But let's get straight stuck into it, because we've got several guests. We've got people behind us all over. It's like a live set. It is really a studio audience. I'm just doing a little bit of a wave. They're not going to respond. It doesn't matter. They are there. That is what I can tell you right now. But we are joined by wonderful people, and it is really fantastic to have you here with us at the Link Show. So thank you very much for being here with us. We've got Kobus Hanekom, which is the lecturer, your director here as well. And we've got Mary Jane Zimri, which is also with us. So thank you very much for joining us. Kobus.
Yes.
This is a fabulous department. Firstly, the campus looks amazing. It is brilliant. There's a bit of a gees, and you can kind of tell you're here with performing people now, isn't it?
Absolutely. The excitement is building and it's bubbling because opening night is around the corner. So they bursting with energy at the moment.
Oh, I can see that.
So in terms of the arts and this department, what is it all about? What do you cover within this department?
I think we're in a unique position. In the first place, we're the only TVET college in the country that actually offers performing arts.
The only one?
The only one. The only one out of the 50 TVET colleges. This is the only one. And we've been going for quite a while now, and we've pushed in quite a few stars into the industry. So it's a small but potent department.
Wow, it definitely sounds it. Now, when we talk about, in terms of the department, what do you cover here?
We do a BTEC, accredited by Pearson in London.
Oh, wow.
That's the challenge. It's not a South African course. It's a British course.
Okay.
And we get visits from verifiers from the UK twice a year. So it's under strict control from the UK.
Okay.
And that makes it even more unique because there is a level 4 South African course available, but we're presenting at level 5. So that's the challenge.
All right.
So that hence the accreditation with London.
Okay, so there we go. So it is definitely a proper, like really good accreditation by this other things. So what is covered within the course? Are we looking acting and then dance, or what else?
You know what? It's actually a mixed pot. Potjie course, if I may.
I like that.
You know what? We're on an acting pathway, and over the 2 years, they cover up to 16 units. It's actually very diverse. There's stuff that Mary Jane presents, such as movement for actors. There is immersive theatre that she presents. There's classical acting that I present. There's acting for camera, which my colleague, she's probably around here somewhere, Tori Kumalo presents. And then, of course, there is musical theatre. And musical theatre actually seems to be the most popular unit over the 2 years. Musical theatre. And as far as I know, we're more than likely the only performing arts department that can guarantee students 2 musicals over the 2 years. So they participate in 2 musicals over 2 years.
And the musicals take place, there's one each year?
That's
and like the one we're looking at now, the one we just mentioned a short while ago, that would be?
That would be the one for this year. Last year we celebrated the college's 20th birthday, and we ended up doing a conglomeration of the 10 musicals which we've previously done. So we call that Broadway in Your Backyard.
Okay.
But they definitely end up with 2 musicals, and it's not often that you get that.
I was going to say now. Now, just a quick one, because I'm kind of delaying the course now, because you're talking about all the variety that you got. I was busy earlier, and there was a lady busy with, obviously, see all these things at the back, people, it's called props. So she was busy with all of us, and I thought, are you tidying up? She says, no, I would do the props. I'm like, okay. So obviously, that's also something you need to look at, obviously, as
Absolutely. And you know what? What's quite interesting, having said that, is that when you go into the industry, you'll find our students all over the show. They might be doing props on film sets, they might be doing sets, they might be crewing. So we try and give them quite a broad experience while they're here. And obviously, we try and keep it authentic, as professional as possible.
Kobus, Marianne, Mary Jane, we're going to get to you in just a moment, beg your pardon. But quickly, just talk to us about the organogram of the structure. How many people are within your department working, teaching?
I think we're very talented and very versatile. Whatever you want me to teach, I'll teach that. No, we're a small team, a small full-time team, but we're being supported by part-time lecturers and, for example, for this production, a part-time stage manager. And all of these characters that we bring in from the outside actually plows back into the students, and they walk out of here with a greater understanding of, let's say, stage management or costume design. As you can see, they're sitting with costumes behind us. At the moment, they're busy with the costume parade next door, where they're being taken through the steps of how did it get to this point. So we try and give them quite a diverse experience.
But it's also, if we look at it this way, because I know potential students, and mom and dad, they're always battling with this. If the child is doing a certain course in terms of how many practical experience we get, how job ready you could possibly be. Now, of course, as we know, NorthLink prides itself exactly on that very pillar. You know, in getting you exceptionally job ready. And with all this diversity that you're talking about and being exposed to all these different things, it definitely makes a lot of sense that it happens that way.
It does, but you know what? The way we look at it is the sooner we give them opportunities within the industry, the better. So we probably sometimes very lenient, and we allow them to go to George for Omasari, or whatever the case might be. Or a commercial, that's it. But when opportunity knock on their door, we support. And also, if opportunity does not knock on their door, we will go and knock on doors. So we make sure, and that's specifically Mary Jane's forte, is that they enter for the Zabalaza Festival at the Baxter. We've had the best of the fest for the past 2 years. We also make sure that the best of our student directors end up directing for St. Oosterfees, so they get the opportunity to work within the artscape atmosphere, which I'm sure you know is fantastic.
Yes, I love it.
And so wherever there's, and of course gradually we're finding our way into the Woordfees. So the more they involved in the festivals, the better.
Yeah, no, it is. Look, I got to be honest with you. I started with St. Fears, and I've done Woordfees many years ago when things started out. So.
Oh, you're an actor.
Well,
Yes,
We can hear the voice.
That is his forte right here, guys.
but this is basically where it all started out. So there is a bit of a proof in pudding, if you can put it that way. But Mary Jane, I want to come to you quickly, but my final question, or not final question, but quickly, just tell me, how many students are within the department as a whole? Do you have that number on top of your head?
42.
Wow.
And some years, look, it's costly. And we're fully aware of our responsibility because of what the parents have to fork out. We respect that. It's not something that you can qualify for a NSFAS bursary, for example. And we understand the financial pressure. So they're here for 2 years. Some years we have up to 65 students.
Wow.
Depending on the financial situation in the country, that fluctuates. But this year we're blessed with 42.
All right.
Beautiful.
That's a nice number because it's a great number in terms to work with, you know, in terms of attention and like sort of a close group. I'm so sorry. We've been it's not me, it's Kobus.
This is my hoofvrou, my hoofvrou trouvrou. If you've seen that, that's hoofvrou. You don't take her nowhere.
I'm just glad I didn't say anything. So Mary Jane, you're one of the lecturers here, but it's more than that. So musical theatre, is that the groove?
Oh, yes, I studied musical theatre. So it's definitely, I'm very passionate about it because you get to sing, act and dance. So I think it's a highlight for the year because the actors get to not just focus on one thing, but they have to put all three of that together, and that is what creates job opportunities. Already being an actor is difficult if you can just specialize in one, but if you can sing and if you can dance, the job opportunity is greater, because if I'm not acting, then what am I doing? I'm doing gigs at the restaurant or trying to find a way. So I think this is a great highlight, this subject and the show that we have every year.
So, and then obviously you're all looking forward to the show because there is a kind of a buzz. So if you're watching this and you haven't yet gone to, it's web tickets.
Yes.
That is where you get, if you haven't gone to the website yet, you've got to go right now and start booking, and there's 4 performances for you to choose from the 15th through to the 18th of November. It's just a couple of sleeps away. Today's the 2nd, it's like now.
Please don't say that.
No, the pressure is on. People are going to come and watch you. They're going to come and you have to. You definitely have to, because this is definitely the future of theatre. Now, as we all know, when it comes to the arts, people within the arts, I say we. But
so excited.
But the whole thing is, because this is really where the pulse of the society is, of communities are, because this is the nuanced reflection. Everything that people think and feel normally gets portrayed on a stage or on a screen. And this is super, super important. Now, in the course, how do you bring that across? And what exactly, let me ask it this way, what exactly does the course entail? What is the course about?
Okay, and this is where we can maybe disagree, but it's definitely theory. Like, you need to be able to read well, you need to understand a little bit of history, because the students actually need to go and learn. But it's not the whole of the course. I would say it's 50-50. You go in terms of theory and practical. So we try to give them that practical experience where they have to do an assessment or an exam every term. And so, like, the musical is actually a big exam, because that's the big practical that they have at the end of the year. But then the other side is they need to learn the theory. So I would say, just as the academic, they would have to go and study, they would have to go and learn, and instead of having to write it down, they have to say it, and they have to say what they have studied and what they have memorized. So with Pearson, I think, for personally working in Pearson, I find that it's really great, because they get to do the theory part, and then they get to do the practical. They have to do about 3 tasks, and then the practical is their 4th task, to complete a module. So they are under a lot of pressure, because per term each of us have to lecture and teach and facilitate 3 subjects each every term. So it's, say we're 4 or we're 3, each one gets 3 subjects. The students are under a lot of pressure, but it also prepares them for the industry, because it's that type of pressure that you are going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pearson is a great syllabus.
Yeah. And in terms of the Pearson syllabus, as you put it, how does that, I mean, obviously, so it's got big esteem within the British Isles, because that's where it comes from. How does that relate in terms of to the rest of the planet?
Because it is recognized in South Africa, so because of the quality, the level, it is SACWA recognized. So if a student wants to go and find work, they will be able to recognize the qualification. It's not unrecognized, which is, I think, a bonus for the performing arts. Of all the performing arts in our country, we have that upper hand when it comes to the qualification. A lot of our students end up getting national work. So they end up on the Oosters, on Arensvlei, on of that. So I think it is definitely the method that allows them to express themselves. And the nice thing is, though it's a UK-based qualification, they are allowed to use the skill to do their exams in Afrikaans.
Okay.
Which is great. So they can, or in their own language, or whatever language they prefer. And that helps them here. But at the same time, because arts is not just, you must be able to look at a play, and if you don't understand the language, but you understand the body language, and you can understand the feeling and the intention, then the actors have done their job. And that's what the examiners will look at when they watch maybe an Afrikaans play, or they watch a isiXhosa play. They can still see that the method of training is being used. And I think that's what's great.
Perhaps if I can just come in here, just to give you a little bit of perspective, it's being taught in 73 countries.
Okay.
The specific performing arts course. So let's say we're country number 73. We're certainly right up there, because in the past we've won the Pearson Best International Student Award twice. So they reckon what we're doing, and they appreciate what we're doing, because they're comparing it to 73 other countries, and that takes some doing. And I think that proves that we're on the right track. We're not perfect, we know it, but we know that we're on the right track.
Lots of hard work.
And also, I mean, in terms of, I mean, when I finished school, in terms of performing arts, the options of actually studying, it was much more limited than, let's say, what it is today. And I sound old saying that, but be as it may, this is a great opportunity, because the one thing we do know is people within these borders have talent beyond belief.
Oh, yeah.
That is the one thing we do know. So that is fantastic.
Yes.
So, is it a diploma, certificate? What do you get at the end of
If
the
you
2 years?
complete 2 years, if you complete 2 years, you end up with a diploma,
Okay.
which is got a BTEC diploma.
BTEC. So there's no short courses, it's basically the 2 years they have to complete?
Yes, but if they don't, then if they only do a year, then they will get a certificate for that year.
Okay.
Yes, and then if they finish the 2 years and they want to further their studies, there is another option where they can go and do their 3rd year, but it would be in the UK or abroad. So they're all allowed to go and do that if they want to further.
So the one thing we know, this qualification obviously is globally recognized. So that also opens up your path a little bit easier for international work.
Yes, and we have some students that, our Theatre Cup winner, Byron,
Yes.
he has been doing a lot of Spain contracts. He doesn't want to. We're like, come back, come work in South Africa. We need you here. Don't get lost. But now I'm earning euros. And now I'm getting used to the money. And we just like stay here. And he doesn't want to come back. So he's like, so he's doing a lot. Like he's been doing. He graduated, I think, 2 years ago after he won the Theatre Cup. We said to him, he got a job in Spain, and he's just been staying in Spain. But he said, ma'am, the dream is to get my my visa so that I'm closer to West End, so that I'm closer to Broadway, because right now in South Africa I'm very far away from those things, and so there you can save and you can make money, and I really hope that that dream is really comes true.
And just listening to you quickly, obviously the person that comes and applies, they're just going to have to obviously have a bit of a character. So do you guys shortlist or look at them, interview them prior to actually accepting them?
We have to do auditions, and you have to be talented, unfortunately.
You have to be out there.
But funny enough, but sometimes our introverts are the ones that come onto stage and they become alive, and then you're like, whoa, that is the ones that, so yes, we have an audition process. We also have to look at matric marks. We can't take, so they have to, and then they have to do an audition, and then also affordability comes into play. So we will help and we'll try our best and to push the student that wants to. But there have been students that we had to turn away in moments which we didn't want to, but it happens.
Yeah. Listen, I know, I mean, I've got to ask you, this production that is coming in a few days' time.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, lots of work have gone into this.
Well, we're still working.
It never stops.
It doesn't stop.
It never stops.
We still have late nights coming up.
But for any potential student and a family, the mom, dad, grandmother, grandfather that is looking at this and go, okay, and a possible student is looking at this going, okay, this is the opportunity. That show will showcase what this course is all about.
100%. 100%. And the parents would also look at the children, and sometimes they're like, no, let me go start, be a doctor, go be a lawyer, go do all of those things. But I think if you look at your child, you look at the students that come here, they're talented and they are different. And so you can put them in those places, but they're not going to be happy because they have this inner dream, inner energy, and if they can live that out and to change the world in that way, and always still go back to doing other stuff, or if they want to, I feel that this show will definitely, how do I put it? This show will definitely show how passionate our students are about storytelling and what's going on in the world right now. Cabaret is so relevant with the wars, with the happy lifestyle that we all want to have and just have fun and be free. But there's these other parts that we want to hide behind the closet or hide, but actually we should be liberated and free to tell the truth. Whether it is uncomfortable or whether it is joyous, that is the purpose of theatre.
It is.
I could have said that better.
It is all the emotions in one go. You know what I mean? That is how you experience it. I know you gotta go. Do you have another question?
No questions for Mary Jane.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Listen, we wish you all the best and everything, and obviously with all the students that will be molded with your very impressive skills and dedication, and they are very lucky indeed.
Thank you very much. Have you got the ticket?
We're going to be in the Cabaret tickets. We'll be there.
Thank you very much.
But thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
People looking forward to this one. I tell you what. So once again, Rhoda, the show that is going to be taking place is going to be in just a couple of days now. A short moment, you could feel the excitement there because Mary Jane Zimmery, she's a choreographer, she's the assistant director, lecturer of all of this. Of course, her speciality is musical theatre, so that is why she's looking super forward to it. Now, if in case you haven't heard, there are 2 productions, as Kobus alluded to, within the time of the student life, at least 2. Those were the words he used. And between the 15th and the 18th, the Baxter Theatre, right here in Cape Town, world-renowned, will have the great privilege of hosting a production called Cabaret, which is brought to you, and the performers and all the actors, the whole cast is, of course, the Northlink students that studies performance arts. So it is going to be absolutely a fantastic production. And I really want to get my teeth into it as well, but which we are going to do because tickets are available. Web tickets is where you got to go between the 15th and the 18th of November, so you got to book it. But joining us right now is Brendan Castles, who is the musical director of said production that is coming up. So Brendan, thank you and welcome to the Link Show. How are you,
Thank
sir?
you very much. I'm very good indeed.
Ah, lovely. First things first, what does a musical director do? Rhoda wants to know.
Right, so the musical director basically oversees everything music in the play, from getting the music and the band and arranging rehearsals and doing vocals with the singers, educating them in music and in the specific music.
Yeah.
So that's quite a big course.
That's basically what it is in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, but it's a lot more than that. And let me ask you an uncomfortable question. I like to do it this way.
I love those.
In terms of, not everybody can sing.
Yes.
I like the way you laugh at it.
We'll teach you. Ben will teach you.
But I mean, a potential student is looking at this and going, oh goodness. I mean, at the end of the day, you're dealing with adolescents.
Yes.
Ego is a little bit at play here,
Exactly.
that sort of thing. And maybe I can't sing as well as Rhoda does, and we both want to enroll in this course, and then I might just feel that I'm just a little bit on the back foot, if it will. I mean, I might be strong in other areas, as I'm sure the case is. I mean, you know, there's levels of all sorts of things.
Yeah.
In terms of somebody who is completely tone deaf, like me, who cannot sing, or believes they can't,
All right. So
you'll be able to help.
So because it's drama, there's not only music, there's not only singing happening, there's acting, complete acting and dancing. You just follow your strong point,
Okay.
right? And there's always potential in singing. So we can work it through together and go according to your limits.
Yeah.
Just on that,
So it's-
probably, I mean, I always watch the show on TV, and sometimes I don't know what happens, but when they go for auditions, I think the parents tell the kids, oh, you sing so beautiful, you sing so... And then when they go for the audition, you're like, OMG, who told you sing beautifully? You know, you experience that, obviously, when they come to you thinking that they're actually there, and in actual fact, they're not. And then you obviously have to kind of bring them down to earth and say, okay, let's work with this. Does it always help?
It helps, yeah. We there's always education. There's always education. So there's basically just technique to follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just introduce them to technique, confidence. Confidence is the main thing. It's a maker or the breaker. So if you don't have the confidence, then you will think you cannot sing, and if you think you cannot sing, you will be able to sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a student that had music at school as a subject, does it make their life easier?
It
As
does
opposed
make-
to if you haven't?
It does make their life
Okay.
easier. Yes.
But it is not an absolute must.
It's not a must at all.
Yeah. All right, so that gets bridged there. How difficult, and let's just talk quickly about for this production, because I know that although you lecture and do all of these other things as well, with this, how difficult is it to put a musical production together, sourcing the music, getting everything, arranging all of this? How difficult is it?
So first, it's, as Mr. Anukum knows, the licensing issues.
I was just going to say,
Yes. So once we get past that hurdle, it's getting musicians together, basically. if it's not difficult in the sense that us being passionate at what we're doing, it's fairly easy to put it together.
Yeah.
I think it would probably be difficult if it's the last thing that you would want to do.
Yeah. So getting everything together. I mean, the challenges you face are outside challenges.
There is challenges.
Yeah.
But it's friendly challenges to us.
Yeah. Lekker challenges to have. Nice problems to have.
One of these challenges was to reduce a 16-piece orchestra to a 6-piece orchestra.
6 pieces.
So without losing a single instrument. So that's quite a challenge.
Yeah. So basically what we had to do is now, I had to recompose most of the music for a synthesizer keyboard.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, and some of the parts are being played. For example, the horn parts are being played by a saxophonist who knows what he's doing, as well as the other parts like the trumpet parts and so on.
So any of the musicians that is featured in this production, are they also students, or these are that extra help that you've
And now
put in?
they're quite tuned up in the industry.
Okay.
Most of them. We've got 2 students. They are from Stellenbosch, and they also heads of their department of their instruments.
Okay. And
So
then,
we got a strong band.
okay, all right. Now, Mary Jane touched on this as well, and in terms of music, and I mean putting the word together with in terms of the music, how relevant is this production for today's age and for today's life?
Sure, how much time you have?
Oh my word.
Because it's shockingly relevant. Shockingly relevant.
With this war going and everything.
Yeah. Before, because obviously the planning with this has been...
It was prior to that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
planning with this, and certain events haven't taken place. I mean, we weren't world champion. Well, we were world champion. We've been for the last just let me get it right. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
tournaments are going on, all of a sudden everything changes. So it is just ironic, I suppose, and fortunate in a way that things just turn out, and that the message of the production gets probably across a lot easier. But is that a litmus test that you've got to make sure that your production does speak to, let's say, flavor of the month, that picks up the sentiments and things that people are dealing with?
Yes, definitely. Especially when you look at what's happening. This war in both in Europe and in the Middle East. I think in the arts we have this right to say whatever we need to say, and people just need to absorb that and obviously get the message.
So I want to ask you this: how long you've been working on this specific musical?
Production of musical.
I joined the team about 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago.
I joined the team 2
Wow.
months ago. Yes.
So,
But obviously the pre-production and the planning and the licensing and all of those elements we've started the previous year. Yeah.
Oh wow.
wow.
So the stuff that you don't see actually takes the longest.
The longest. That's what they call the backstage.
I'm sure everybody is looking forward to it. It is probably going to be the best one ever. And we've heard that everything else has been absolutely amazing. So we wish you all the best. And long may it continue, Brendan. Any final thoughts from you?
Come watch the show.
Here we go.
Come watch the show. It's going to be a blast.
Here we go, guys. Everybody come watch the show.
Here you have it. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us on the link. So Brendan Gassels, everybody, is musical director here, and of course playing a huge part in all the arrangement and everything for the show. It is called Cabaret. It is 15th, 18th November. Baxter Theatre, that is where it is, and tickets are available currently as we speak. And please make sure you book it. And of course, yeah, mum, dad, you've got to support it, but also as a potential student, this is really going to give you the window and the access into terms of what is happening within the department, what the college has got to offer. And you get to see that and really, really have an in-depth look at it, because that could potentially be you.
Exactly.
So, Kobus, you're remaining here with us. And There's so much to talk about. Now, everybody has sort of touched on this in terms of getting somebody career ready, job ready, so you can sort of go into the market, because that is the big question. But before we go into any of that, Mary Jane touched on one of your former students that's working abroad, that is doing phenomenally well. What other, without giving away too much in terms of details, what other highlights have there been?
You know what, I was thinking while she was talking about Byron, we did Cats 2 years ago. I think you guys will remember that. And at the time, it was lockdown. And a girl arrived back at college, and she came in and she said to me, "Sir, I'm here to collect my diploma." So I said to her, yes, let's sort that out. And her name is Adelia Dow. And we started talking. And she said, "What musical are you doing this year?" And I said, "We're doing Cats." So she said, "Oh, Cats, sir. I'm singing Grisabella, which is the lead in German in Germany."
Oh, wow.
So another international student. So what I'm saying is that we actually, hopefully, we're doing something right. Look, there's always the risk that you might miss the target. But I think that if we start looking into the industry and if we start dissecting the industry, you'll find our students, so something we're doing right.
And in terms of the career opportunities that are there, have you, as a department, as a college, have you ever been approached to say, "Listen, we need this one, that one, we need somebody with this sort of skill set, that qualification, somebody with that sort of talent or something"? Do you get approached?
We do, and we'll recommend students, and we'll also guide them through the process. I'll give you an idea that Mary Jane also mentioned that Arend's Flay, you walk onto the set, it's our classroom that's sitting there.
Oh,
so they're doing exceptionally well there, and like we said, we're not going to take the opportunity away. We'll try and accommodate you. We've got a student that's from the 19th of November. He'll be on Omasari.
Oh.
And Omasari is being shot in George, so he had to be in George, and we accommodated that somehow. Because the minute you've got your foot in the industry, you need support, and you need a system to keep you there.
Exactly.
And she also mentioned Byron McKeith winning the Florida Cup. We won the Zabalaza Festival several times. We've had the best supporting actor in a movie, Silver Scallon Feast, like I said. And if you start scratching the surface of the Baxter Theatre, you'll find that the CEO, that her PA is an old girl of our department.
Oh, wow.
So she's administrative, but she studied here.
Studied as well.
Wow. Looking at what is the future holds, and I'm sure there's always an exciting thing around the corner or something. Is there anything you could spill beans on?
Ooh. The students are all going to ask, "What musical next year, sir?" The only thing I can say is we're definitely participating in St. Oosterfeest next year. We're doing 3 directors' performances at the festival. Plus, one of our first-year students managed to get her production into the festival as well. So we'll be represented by 4 productions at St. Oosterfeest. We definitely doing Zabalaza again, and we're going to try our best to get our students to do something at the Woordfeest. So that's the next step.
Wow.
Sounds good.
So there's certainly some great things in the air here. And this year, 45 students. So with this production that is this is basically all 42. This is all hands on deck.
All of them, every single one of them.
And everybody has got a part within this production.
Within the production,
wow.
even if it's backstage, the assessment criteria allows for something else, something other than performance. So there are ways and means to accommodate you regarding your abilities and strengths.
Because this is the one industry and sort of the one sector, I would say, that is constantly evolving. It's changing like day and night. I mean, last week is not at all in terms of where we are. And also when we just look at career opportunities with all the streaming services that's taking place in terms of just locations of just shooting film And in terms of audio, like all the productions, everything within this theatre, do you constantly evolve with these things as well? Do you move with the time?
We try. I'll tell you what's big at the moment is reality TV. I mean, we all know that. And obviously we try and job shadow, and Mary Jane was selected to be part of Houvrouw Trouwvrouw on VIA, which means that she came back with that experience and she's applying that back into the department. So we try and keep it relevant. What's also huge at the moment is dubbing. You know, all the Turkish series that they dub.
That's right.
By the way, the lead in Dear Dickenden is one of our old girls.
There we go.
So dubbing is big at the moment, and that is something that we will have to give more attention to in the future, to keep it relevant, as you've asked.
Yeah.
We have to.
It is certainly very, very, very big. So I like that. I like that it is constantly sort of evolving. Now, mom and dad is watching this. Possible matriculant student is watching this. You might be at a high school level, whatever level it is, you're going, man, Brendan and Mary Jane and Cobus is speaking to me right now. I must be here. I must be here. What do I need? How do I get in? Matric.
You need matric with diploma exemption. You need to pass an audition, which often takes on the form of an interview, especially when the students are from far away. We actually have a girl from Durban in our class at the moment, from Springbok, from Ceres, from all over the show. So it takes the form of an interview, because what we try and see is their passion.
Exactly.
The minute there's passion, there's hope, there's employment.
So true.
And that is why the department is so energetic. It pushes you forward every day because it's passionate.
And this interview is not difficult, right? Because people hear interview, you get scared.
It's not one with a tie and...
Ask Rhoda a question. Ask Rhoda a question.
I'll ask her to walk like a model. Show us.
And it is as practical as that. It's like a playful, just to reveal yourself.
To see what you bring to the party. Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
And sorry, you want to ask?
No.
So I just want to find out, so for the students out there, that's obviously watching, the parents out there, any inspiring or motivation you want to tell them basically now, obviously, wanting to come into this?
You know what? You are going to cringe if little Johnny comes and tell you, I want to go and study drama. But if you really want to see your child happy, and you know that it's his or her passion, support. The support from our side will be there. Financial support will always be a challenge, always. But if where there's a will, there's a way. And I've seen miracles in this very department. I don't want to name drop, but our Sarafina. Our Sarafina had zero money, and she is on St. Worcester as we speak today. So if there's a will, there is a way. Okay. And if you're meant to be here, you will end up being here.
Yeah. And sorry, Dougal, just, I know you want to jump on. Any investors, is anything you want to tell them out there? Because obviously, I mean, a lot of the other courses get financed, you know, so is there anybody out there you want to speak to and tell them, you know what, why not invest in drama?
You know what? I can even speak to the corporates like Nedbank or Telkom.
You're naming them now.
They're all looking for presenters. They're all looking for facilitators. They all have educational videos made for their specific education in-house trainings. Where does those people come from? They come from our department, and that is why they need to reinvest. They need to invest in the arts, and of course, the government. we always turn to the government, but there is funding available. The challenge there is that it's normally group funding and not individual funding. And we keep on knocking on their doors. Okay. We hope that in future the policy might change, that it might go towards an individual student instead of a project. They love projects, And this is a project, but,
Yeah.
but because it's an individual student,
Yeah.
there's no funding available for that.
Yeah.
But we keep on giving our input. If things change, we'll be there to support the change.
Yeah. So many questions I've got to ask you, just on what you've said. But what I really wanted is there's two things. What do I need, apart from my matric, apart from being successful with the interview, what are the other bits? Where can I find out more? What else do I need in terms of what is being offered within the department?
And besides the passion, I know this also sounds like a cliche. You need the X factor. A student can be standing in front of you for 2 seconds and you will know that there's something special. And you mentioned extroverted. They don't have to be extroverted. It's funny. But the minute they stand there and they bring something special, and of course very important is authentic self and no ego. No ego. We break down the egos as far as we possibly can.
Yeah. Is that challenging at times?
It is because they build up a certain amount of confidence while they're at school, especially if they do dramatic arts as a school subject. And we have a lot of those with 90%ers of, and they come here and they build up confidence. And it sometimes takes a while to get to the real authentic talent by removing the ego.
Okay, wow.
And our students go out into the industry and they're grateful. They're grateful to the crew, they're grateful to whoever wrote the script, whoever swept the stage, so they're grateful.
Yeah.
And humble. That's
Important thing. I don't want to put you on the spot, and please don't give it too much away because it's happening between the 15th and the 18th of November. You got to get booking. It is called Cabaret. So this is in a nutshell, if you could just give us a little bit of a synopsis, just enough, but not giving away anything.
1930, just before the Second World War, the rise of nationalism in Germany, the threat of the Nazis, the build-up of the Nazi regime, and of course the persecution of the Jews. That's in a nutshell what the story is about. There's a two love stories, the love story between an older man and an older woman, and a younger man and a younger woman, and the road that they followed, but they go through controversial moments such as abortion, such as sexuality, sexual identity, such as being a Jew, and being facing the Nazi regime. So it is a minefield, believe you me.
Please, just listening
all the
to you.
things that we're not allowed to teach,
Yeah.
sex, politics, religion,
I was just
it's
gonna
all
say,
in
it's
there.
all in there.
It's all in there, and we're very proud of the students because they've been exceptionally mature about it.
Yeah.
And of course, the war between Palestine and Israel at the moment, the relevance of that. So, you asked me to do it in a nutshell. I'll carry on forever.
That is not enough.
But you know, at the end of the day, seeing this incredible story supported with beautiful music and talented students.
Oh yeah.
And people shouldn't look at this production and think it's a student production. This is proper professional production here, as we've heard from Brandon with all of the. Now here's the quick question. We all know it's 2023. How do you get tickets to be from 80 Rand to 120 Rand? Because you're making this affordable for everybody.
Everyone.
That's exactly what we try and do, because we want the grandma to be there. We want the brother and sister to be there. These students do not operate in a vacuum. They need support systems. We put so much pressure on them that when they leave in the afternoons, they need to go somewhere. And the somewhere that they go to, we want to involve them.
Yeah.
That is why we're trying to keep the cost down as far as we possibly can.
And this is really my final question. In terms of the number of students you have, how many of them, because we know how fickle and difficult that industry can be, how many of them, and we know that you work at getting people exceptionally job ready and basically sort of just walk into it, that there's no gap. But in terms of over the years that the course has been taking place, that all of the work's been, that you've been doing, how quickly, how long, and what is the strike rate of the students that graduate here that go into work?
You know what? Come June, July of their second year, they become extremely anxious. They become very demanding. They knock on your door constantly because they're already seeking job opportunities. They make contact with agents around about the middle of the second year, and we allow that. And if a student comes to you and says, "Sir, I've got to meet my agent today, I'm not going to be in class," I turn a blind eye. I know this is Northlink College, but you have to, because they realize the importance of seeking employment themselves and creating opportunities themselves. And we are astonished with the things that they come up with. There's daily success stories that they will come and tell you, "I've just been to an audition, I'm on the call back."
Wow.
So that's happening all the time.
That's beautiful.
So hopefully we get them as ready as we possibly can. We normally call it, we polish you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cobus.
And thank you for your support.
For having us, and thanks for really giving us that sort of different view about the department and everything that is going on, and as well as sharing some of what people can expect at that huge production taking place in a few days. So thank you very much. We wish you all the best. Before you leave, any final thoughts?
Please buy your tickets, like Mary Jane said. Buy your tickets, web tickets.
Buy your tickets.
And thank you for your support. We appreciate that.
Anytime.
Thank you very much. That is Kobus Hanekom, lecturer, director here at the Department of Course Performing Arts at Northlink now. And we must tell you, we are at the Tygerburg campus. Yeah. That is where we are. And we've also spoken to some of the other facilitators, lecturers, musical directors, choreographers. It is all happening. It is absolutely all happening here. And it is absolutely beautiful. But there's so many things, Rhoda. There's so many things that we touched on during this.
So
because I know everybody is looking at this and like, how do you get in touch? Well, the easiest thing is visit Northlink's website, www.northlink.co.za. That is what I want to show you something. Come, let me take you. I want to show you something because more importantly, what this is all about and what is happening is we told you we've got a bit of a studio audience. That is what we've got. So there's been activity while all of this has been taking place. It is really loads of people that are here. But the most important thing, and also great essence of the show, it is called Cabaret. So the 15th through to the 18th of November, the Baxter Theatre will be playing host to this amazing production featuring students from this very department. So I'm sure they've all been looking forward to all of this. But here's the extra great news, Rhoda. All you got to do is to go to web tickets. That is what you got to do. You got to go to web tickets. There's people pushing things. There's things happening here. There's things happening here. So all you got to do is go to web tickets, which is super easy. And yeah, you got to go to web tickets. That's where you got to go. Super easy.
Get your tickets.
And it's affordable. From 80 through to 120 rand.
Exactly, Dougal. Dougal, are you going to go get your ticket?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go get that ticket.
So you got to do that as soon as possible because this one is going to sell out like hotcakes.
That is definitely. What it is. And you don't want to miss out on this, guys. I mean, if ever you wanted to convince your parents that you needed to go do drama, tell them to come and watch the Northlink show and tell them this is what you want to do. You know?
Yeah. And more importantly, this really gives you that window and opportunity to see exactly what is being taught and how learnings are. And of course, it gives you a great opportunity just to interact with students currently studying that. So as a potential student, that is certainly something. But the one question is, and proof is always in the pudding, and as you always know, we want to bring you everything. So when we say we bring you the bones and the meat and all of it, and you see the truck driving in, then clearly we've got to see what this production is all about.
You said you wanted to show me something to go?
So there's been a buzz, there's been a huge amount of energy, which is certainly very tangible. You would have seen some of the people behind us, some of the students sitting there, and they've been diligently patient, amazingly patient, and for that we say thank you. But for this year of 2023, the Performing Arts Department at Northlink campus here at Tygerburg proudly presents Cabaret from the 15th through to the 18th of November. The tickets are available at web tickets, and you simply need to get yours. But as promised, Rhoda, to you and the viewers, here's a little taste bit of what you could look forward to in just a few days at the Baxter Theatre. Ladies and gentlemen, a little taste bit of Cabaret.
Gentlemen, and now the Kit Kat Klub is proud to present a most talented young lady from England. She is so talented, so woo! Just yesterday, I told her I want you for my wife. And she said, what would your wife want with me? I give you the toast of Mayfair, Fraulein Sally Boom!
In the southern part of France,
quickly got to get going. We have to do it as well. Looking at it's called Cabaret, and of course starts through everybody. The students right here from the performing arts department. We've got to get going. And as we mentioned earlier, the good news is
Let's just go and gather around her.
120 rand. It is definitely an event that you don't want to miss. But that was just brilliant. And I tell you what, it was that brilliant. Rhoda just darted off to one of the performers. Rhoda.
Yes, Dougal, I'm on this side. You want to come and join me, Mr.
Yeah, let me walk over there to you.
Well done, everybody. Well done.
How are you feeling after this?
My very first time doing cabaret, that was amazing, very tricky but also very amazing. I enjoyed it so much, so thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, no, that's
Really cool. Well
absolutely
done.
fabulous. You guys are all stars. You are proper stars. I tell you what, for those 2.5, 3 minutes that you did that, I mean, you just didn't know where to look. It was really amazing. Obviously, the hard work is paying off and it's looking the part. And I still don't believe you saying that's the first time you've done it.
Very first
This is a
time.
seasoned performer, people. The seasoned people is just saying that clearly in abundance. It's fine. But you're looking forward to the production?
I'm very excited, yes. It's going to be the Baxter, so it's my first time performing at the Baxter as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, wow.
Very much looking forward to it. Being from Eastern Cape, coming to Cape
Hello.
Town, this is very big for me. So
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it. yes.
Absolutely awesome. Quickly, and I want to ask you this. What would you tell to prospective students that is now looking at all of this and go, wow, look at what they're doing. I want to be standing exactly where you're standing. What will you say to prospective students?
Well, I was that student once upon a time, and I think you just put God first in everything you do. That's the number one thing. And go for what you love, you know. When you're here, there's a whole different atmosphere, and the energy of everyone just uplifts your spirit. So go full out and live your dream. Life is short.
That's it.
Ooh, life lesson.
Well
Life
done.
lesson. That is what you get. That is what you get, life lesson. We wish you all the best.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you so
No,
much. And you guys were
Yes.
absolutely outstanding. I want to do this high five. Break character there quickly for a second. I had to do that. The director's not going to be happy, but it is okay. So behind us, of course, you have the cast. That is what you have for this amazing production that is coming your way. And it is all happening in just a few days. Called Cabaret from the 15th through to the 18th of November. Web tickets is where you got to go. Rhoda, this has been the best
It's
program,
been one of
and
the
thank you for bringing me, and
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you. And we're looking forward to going to it. We need to be in front, and
We'll
we
be there.
should be the ones screaming
Most
at
definitely.
it. There we go.
Cheering on.
We will be there. All the best.
Awesome.
All the
Thank
best.
you
And
so
everything
much,
you guys
guys.
do in the future, everything of the best. Well, that basically brings us to the close of the show. As always, the promise that we definitely bring you on the Link Show. We bring you everything from Northlink. And there you have it, the Performing Arts Department. Of course, being housed right here at the Tygerburg campus. And let me just say one thing. We never said this in the beginning, but the view from here is absolutely fantastic.
Amazing.
This is why they call it the Fair Escape. No wonder you guys are so inspired over here.
That mountain,
Then
wow.
there's that. So it is just absolutely brilliant. But the most important thing that you need to do, all the information that you need, also relating to the show, please visit Northlink's website, www.northlink.co.za, and of course, register. So mom, dad, prospective students, this is the place you most certainly want to be. And very important, check it out. And the show, you will see Rhoda there. She's in the front row.
Front row.
Is that it?
That's it, Dougal.
So thank you very much for watching. Like and share. And we'll see you at the next episode on The Link Show. From all of us, here The Link Show at the Tygerburg campus. Until next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.